All right, so let's talk for a bit about solar opposites.
Sure.
So yeah, 40 in a row, folks. Yes, we had to talk about season 4 of Solar Opposites, right? So well, if you don't mind, Ricardo, I guess you could do a synopsis for this, but I'll just let you all know this could be kind of hard because it's not like there's a singular theme that, follows through in this season. You know what I mean? It's the episodic stuff that you get here, but there's just a lot of stuff that goes on in this fourth season here. But just say quickly here in this preamble is that I remember with the third season, I believe, well, I should say, you with this show in particular, not loving it as much as you want to. I think it's just because you find it's just the same joke being repeated.
Right.
Oh, we're aliens and we're goofy and we're silly and we don't understand how humans work, so let's kind of just poke fun at that, right? Um,
Right.
but for me, I felt like with season 3, that's where the show really got its identity, right? And in the case here with this fourth season, boy, because I would say, and we have to mention the elephant in the room, Justin Roiland. Yeah, this
Right.
show strays
Yeah.
so far from Rick and Morty, right? To the point that it does things that, dog, not even a season of Rick and Morty on Adult Swim would get away with, boy. They
Yeah.
push so much envelopes in this show now, boy. It's insane, right? And
Well,
just
the thing is with this one, I find it just it didn't it just kind of give up on the conceit and they just do their own thing. But why this season? Oh, by the way, I think this season is probably the best one since season 1, right? Uh,
agreed,
yeah.
agreed.
But
Yes.
what they do two things. One, yeah, the wall get hard again. The wall stuff is kind of amazing
Boy,
though. Once
but
again.
I'll talk about the wall. I'll talk about
Right.
speculations of what we might get going forward or
That's
lack
one.
thereof.
And then
Yeah.
and then that's one. And then the whole silver cups thing get hard again too. Um so that real hard though, because they have a whole thing with Ja
Oh,
Rule, that's real dread.
oh gosh, I can't wait to talk about that. I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then yeah, the actual material itself just funny. It feel like season 6 of Rick and Morty, where
I
they don't
was
worry to
thinking the
like
same thing. Yes.
yeah, they don't worry to lean into the premise too much. They just make a bunch of funny, great episodes on it, and they don't like get tied down with the continuity stuff now. Just make a bunch of funny episodes and make it work, and they just get into the whole they start off immediately with the Justin Roiland voice thing. They just do some sci-fi foolishness to explain it away, and they do that. The only thing I'll say with the voice actors, I felt the voice actor could have be um well, what I would say about it, the voice actor could be a little more somber, right? A little more coming across a little depressed. That's the only issue. But whatever, it's still really funny and well done for what they're trying to do. And just a lot of great bits and episodes through it. Yeah, and I just had a lot of fun with this one. This was real hard, yo.
Yeah. So you wanna at least try to do a synopsis for this, so at least where
How
the
to
show
explain what's
starts
going
up
on?
from.
Right, so it's what's first episode, boy?
Oh, all right.
That,
All right. So I'll help here. So basically, it follows from the last season, which for me I felt kind of ended sort of like on a whimper than a bang,
yeah,
where they, for reasons, they just decided, we have to try to fit in human society now,
right.
right?
They kind of
So
give up. Right. Oh, right. They reveal that the ship was working, but
yes,
they didn't tell them. Right. Yeah, go ahead.
right. So Corvo and Terry pretty much working this corporate job at this
Right.
at this rig
Right.
company, which is funny, and they
Yeah.
have like nice bits with rigs and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of, well, you could continue from there, right? So they're working at this company.
Right, they work at the company. There was such shenanigans involving a boiler room. That and a tennis table, a table tennis table. Um, no, I try to remember the details of the episode because I just remember jokes. You'll probably have to go through the actual synopses of the episodes.
All right.
Um,
All right. Well, I will let. Okay, so yeah, again, because it's episodic, it's really hard to
yeah,
kind of sum up what this season is about, right?
yeah. No,
So
next thing it just episodic. Like it
right,
doesn't get into until the wall stuff started hitting back.
yes,
Where the wall
exactly.
stuff is about getting back the baby, and then it have a wall within the wall, and there's a big spy cold war situation between a religious side and a non-religious side. There's a funny bit with one of the guy who's the head of the non-religious side, the quote-unquote secular side of the wall. He's looked just like the president of the Federation in Star Trek. I think Star Trek 6.
Okay.
That it just these like really fun like little gags, right? That is what make it work, eh? It's a bunch
Yeah.
of fun pop culture gags. They have like oh we'll get to this later, but it has something involved with Jarrell. I thought was hilarious.
Yeah,
Um,
we again
yeah,
we're
go
talking
ahead,
about
go ahead.
Jaru stuff, right?
Yeah,
So again, because it's episodic, it's kind of hard to sum up the season, right? But in a nutshell, it's it's the solar opposites doing what solar opposites do, get into just crazy over the top shenanigans, cuss their way through it, get it, come up with sci-fi gimmicks and devices to get out of situations. But while all this is going on, you have a long running subplot, taking place in the wall. For those who don't know, that is basically where all these shrunken humans, which, one of the replicants, Yumulak, shrinks and puts,
yeah.
and they form their own little society and whatnot. Not even little, but big society. Um,
Hmm.
and there's a section, well, I should say, yeah, as you say, part of the wall or half the wall, or, yeah, like a separate area of the wall now where they
Yeah,
actually
it's
worship,
yeah, Cold War thing.
yes,
Yeah,
you're right,
yeah, it's a
right.
real Cold War thing. Yeah,
Yeah, where they actually worship Jesse, so that would be the
right,
female replicant, right? So
right.
there's that, and then I honestly forgot about this from the last season, but I'm glad that they brought it up. Don't mind it only get like a episode and 10 minutes. I'll talk about that in my review. Yeah, we got some Silver Cup stuff, and so we see what
Yeah, more
happened
Silver
to
Cup
the
stuff. So
guy.
yeah,
I
this is
forget his name, but
yeah, yeah,
I'll talk about that. Well, I'll kick things off with my review here, right? So if you don't mind, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
just a touch on that, right? So how I'm trying to remember stuff from like the last season, right? So I am not the biggest fan of Solar Opposites, right? So if you were to ask me every detail of the wall plot or the Silver Cup stuff, I can't tell you, right? But for
Right.
me, that's the beauty of the show, where
Yeah, just get dead serious with that stuff.
yeah, well, that
Yeah,
too, but then also because it's just so over the top and ridiculous, even when it
yeah,
gets dark and
exactly.
serious, right? I'm not
Yeah,
really supposed to remember everything that happened from season one, where they even bring in the wall in the first place, or season
right,
three with the whole Silver Cups thing. I remember Silver Cups being a thing. I remember what happened where the human ended up becoming part of the this
right.
basically this intergalactic police age
Yeah,
well
it's a play.
coupsler.
Yeah, it's a big fun making fun of Silverhawks if you remember that show from the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then for reasons now they pretty much stab him in the back and betray him and
right,
leave him for dead. So yeah,
right.
where it starts off is him on this seemingly abandoned
Wild,
planet, but have
right.
all these wild creatures out to get him, and then that leads to him going teaming up with these I want to say rogues, but they're more like just rebels basically, right? Because yeah, they out to
Right,
take out. Well, they out. They don't want to take down the 1% basically, right? But they're more against the Silver Cups basically, right? And you get like a full episode with that, right? But the point again that is that I really should not have to remember every specific detail from the previous seasons to enjoy this, and that's the beauty of the show too. Like,
right.
I'm not saying that you should jump into season four without
No,
watching the
they
others,
get
right?
into
But it's
this.
like you don't really need to remember all this, though, kids. It kind of don't
Yeah,
really matter.
they get into this big classist kind of dynamic about the nature of police and gentrification and money
Yes.
and yeah. It's all of this classist thing, and it's like, well, they're really the good guys, but here's why, and it's a bunch of mutants, and they get dead serious because of the fella, and it real drama, like they have
Yes.
a part where you had to find out one of them working for the Silver Cup, but you'll have silver in their blood, so they scan it for it, and it's all this shit,
Yeah,
and
boy.
that will make it funny, but it work,
Yes.
it make it
Yes.
work for what it is,
Um. Yeah, but the world building that they do for these segments are incredible, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
It's a show. It's
and
a
it's
good
not.
show by itself.
Yeah, and it's not just side gags, like, yeah, especially with the
Yeah.
wall stuff, they will throw side gags at you like crazy. But like, you had to look close, like, case in point, like with Jessie though, well, with the whole Jessie stuff on the wall. So they actually worship Jessie there, so she is
Right.
Jesus, right? So get it? So like, this
Yeah,
wicked
yeah.
innocent moment where while she like the main antagonist in this section, that would be Sister Sisto, who I
Yeah.
didn't even know was in season three. I kind of
I
forgot
know. I
about that,
vaguely
right?
remember her. I vaguely remember all of this, but it's like, okay, right,
That,
right, right.
that's
They
the,
kind of
that's the
could. Like,
point.
I don't
You
worry.
kind of
I don't
don't
worry
have
to
to
check back.
remember. Right, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. You kind of don't have to remember every single thing, but it
Yeah.
should be vaguely familiar enough for you to follow along, right? That's what I'm saying. But yeah, so she have the bobble instead of the
Right.
Bible, because it's all about
Yeah.
the Bowenian church, because Jesse has
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
bow and a head, right, not a hair, right. So it's these little things that weird and all that kind of stuff. The fact that they have a scene where they're playing this old school Nintendo Game Boy, and it's just insanity, what it
Yeah. Yeah.
totally
Yeah. To
works,
warm up
right.
the place. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But just to touch on those little subplot stories, right? Um, but one gripe with the Silver Cup story is that we only got one full episode and like 10 minutes there, because there's one episode, I'm not gonna say which one, right? Where it's just like it's just an all out, solar opposite adventure. And I'm watching the show closely, but like dog, I seen they have like 10 minutes left though, but like the story wrapping up though. And it's actually like a really funny episode. It involves like like their take on the Hanna-Barbera Dino from the
Right.
Flintstones.
Yes. Right. That
Yeah,
was funny. Yeah.
that was funny, especially how they use
Yeah.
like the specific Hanna-Barbera like sound effects.
They had a
That was
ton
real
of jokes,
funny.
yeah. It's a ton of callbacks and jokes to that. I'm sure I kind of go back and remember all the little details. But I was like, yeah, they have a ton of references to that because they made it like they made fun of wacky races and all of that shit.
Yes, with the car, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But about I just didn't watch the episode, like dog, like it's 10 minutes again though. Like what else? What other jokes are gonna drop by? And then out of the blue they just go up to space and we just see in silver silver cups, right?
Right.
Now the
Yeah.
Jaru stuff though, that catch me
That-
completely by
No,
surprise.
yeah, anything with that. I completely forget Jaro make that song for Fast and Furious now. Because
Oh,
I
you
thought
did?
it was a yeah, because I thought it was a new song for a second, I was like, wait, Jaro make a new song? Because it is sounding like a fake Jaro, it sounding like Ja. And I know the AI thing ain't good enough to copy that yet. So I was like,
Oh,
is this a brand new Jaro song? Did Jaro make a brand new song?
dog,
And I was
that's
like,
literally
I was
the
like,
song that plays
Yeah,
with
it's
the end
same
credits for the first Fast and Furious though.
right, I have a video for it. So I went back and looked back and was like, oh shit, it's the same song. But that song, I think how hard that song was, though. That's a
I
hard song.
know, boy, but in
Yeah.
the context of the show, and yes,
It's
it
real
involves the Fast and Furious, and it's dumb as hell, but it worked for me, boy. But yeah, the moment they dropped that song, I like, wait, now this serious, boy, and it's for action sequence. That's all you see without spoiling anything, though. But it fit, though. It totally fits. I like how it come back later on with him meeting this group. And
Right.
it's the whole family thing there, so it kind of
Yeah,
follows
yeah,
up
they make
that,
it for
right?
the family. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, but I really did enjoy that particular episode that was dedicated to the Silver Cups, right? I don't want to call this a gripe though, but wait, and no Hammer like real thinking, right? Hammer thinking. I don't know what we're gonna get next, right? And that's the same
Well,
thing that I'll
alright,
say.
that's why he modify his body into a dog
Yeah.
creature.
I just
To,
feel
and
like
then to go to become a silver cup. Right, yeah.
yeah. So is it that he
Yeah, it
really,
went,
like
yeah.
like is it that he really want to take down like he's like
From within. Yeah.
from within, like dog,
Yeah,
you really want to do that? Like you really want to do that?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, we'll see, right? But here's the thing, though. Similar to that, now I feel the same way about where the wall stuff ends, right? And yeah, the wall is very complex. There's a lot of stuff going on now. I'm glad that we bring back oh gosh, I'm forgetting the girl's name. The one
Right,
who
which
had who left her child back with the wall, and well, basically
yeah.
she kind of
Real
came back with it, right? Real creases, right? But where it ends though, I really love. But
Yeah.
where it stops though in particular now, Hammer now thinking right, Sherry, that's her name, right, if I'm not mistaken, right? And yeah, the daughter is Pesley, right? But yeah, now I'm
Yeah.
wondering, because the way how it stops now is almost like this could be the end of the wall now, you know what I mean? So
Right,
I
right,
now
right.
wondering, well, we're gonna get a season 5 for this?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I know season 5 coming for the show.
Okay,
I think
okay,
it's
okay.
already greenlit. Right, but yeah,
Right.
the wall stuff just had me cracking up because again, it's how serious this nonsense is in this
Boy,
very silly scenario. now.
right
Yeah.
down to the music being real dark. Well, it's very Game
Yeah.
of Thrones inspired. You could tell
Right.
when
But
you hear.
other episodes was really funny. Like when Corvo and Terry got turned invisible. That was funny.
Yes.
Uh,
And
the stuff with the AI.
again, just side gags. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, the stuff with the AI have a boyfriend, and there's a whole thing with him. That's funny too. That's like, hey, what was all of this?
And
All of that-
even when it get heartbreaking in like a certain point, boy. But still, you just watch
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
gosh, this make no sense. Still, though, like
You know? Yeah.
it's still you're trying to talk about heartstrings, but still, this is kind of dumb.
Yeah,
But yeah, I love how they incorporate. Yeah, I actually was surprised that we got more Aisha. You know, we played by McGill.
Right.
Tiffany Haddish. Yeah,
Right.
you got to see more of or hear more of Aisha in this though, and yeah, I love that episode with her, with the boyfriend and whatnot, right? Actually, there's a great bit with her. Well, that leads to the whole invisibility stuff. Yeah, where she kind of shuts down because she had to do like the system cleanup or whatever it is, though,
Right.
and it's just how everybody, well, the entire household freaks out because
Yeah,
Aisha
just
isn't there. We
cooking.
don't know what to do, right?
All
Um,
right, the cooking lady went to space, right? What happened to her?
no. She went to time. It was some time jacket or something so
Right. Oh
that
yeah,
she
she
had
went
put
back in
on.
time. Right. Yeah.
Right. So right in that invisibility episode, it involved this celebrity chef, right?
Yeah, that coming back. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now about the voice, right? I will lie, right? Like what? No, like the opening sequence for the first episode, right, is pure genius in my opinion. By
Yeah.
solar opposite standard, it totally
Right.
justify
It's a
why
dumb funny bit,
Corvo
but it work.
have a different
Right.
voice. It makes
And
sense.
and they do the nonsense of what you call it, well, it also has chronoton, so that's why in memories and flashbacks all sound the same too. That bullshit. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
because
there's
it have a flashback involving the same guy who become part of the silver cups. I just did like
right.
again trying to remember from season 3 there, but like
Yeah,
no, but I feel like they had to replace Justin's voice with, well, in this case Dan
entirely.
Stevens, right? But yeah,
Right.
in terms of the voice though, I think Dan Stevens killed it with this too. I didn't expect the British voice, the pure British voice, but it
Right.
works. It had me cracking up
At
when the
first,
intro, well, the opening intro
yeah.
began. I was cracking up when he was repeating the same thing, and like now he says, "Oh bollocks, I dropped the pupa again," right? So he
Right.
leads
Right.
into
Right.
that. But I will lie
So
though
at
is something
first,
I had to get used to. Like the first time I hear it, I was like, I don't know if I could get used to it. Then I think it took me like the third episode to be like, all right,
yeah, it's fine.
I could roll with this. But yeah, go on.
Right. No, when I originally thought it was Peter Serafinowicz, right, doing the voice, and I'll tell you why. Because back in the days, around the time Arrested Development just ended, Will Arnett had another show that was Arrested Development like called Running Wild. Now, if you listen to how that guy songs, he songs just like that character, like Corvo now, the new Corvo. So I was thinking, oh, it's like a big voice acting thing now. Like because the two actors together. I swear it was him because he sounds a lot like him. If you listen to him, he sounds a lot like what Corvo songs now. So stuff like that off the top of my head, but no, it's not him because Will Arnett is mostly known for BoJack Horseman, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But whatever. Yeah,
yeah. But few things, few though. But yeah, again, it took me a while to get used to the voice, but like the more I hear it, the more it fits, and I think
yeah,
it just kind of fits Corvo kind of stiff rigidness, when it comes to how
right,
he
right, right,
approaches
right.
everything. It's always like, we also have to follow things by
I
the
like.
rules and whatnot, but everybody
Yeah,
else so
I think
like carefree now.
yeah, I think the thing with the joke is that he don't sound anything like Justin. Like it's not
But
like
that's the point.
they're not try. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They just decide to like not even have him close, song him close to Justin. So that funny on its own right.
Yeah, and I could live with it though. Like I could see
Yeah,
going forward with it, man.
right.
So right, just there's couple things. The pupa, still a shadow character. Um, there's one bit involving him going for, I believe it's like a social media influencer or some influential person, and it's just pretty much him stalking her and saying Coco Melon, and then she just sort of freaks out and have like this bit of existential crisis basically while he just kind
Right.
of followed she
Oh,
around.
right.
That
That was a hard episode with the
that
rich
was
woman.
hard though. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
with the wealthy woman, and and the people had its own plan to become a influencer on its own right.
Yeah, basically
But it's
because they were
like this
shitting about
weird,
because he couldn't really do,
right?
like, he doesn't do anything, so to speak. Because
Yeah,
he always goes on these weird adventures though, but like that one in particular, I wasn't sure where he was going with it. But I would just love it, like how he would just say Coco Melon and she would freak out and just start to
right.
do these
Yeah,
monologues and the scene would get dark and you'll see
yeah.
like it get turned
And
black and
yeah,
white.
and every time it cut back, it lose a little bit of color. Like
Yes.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. But just going back to the possibility of a fifth season, the final episode, loved that though, and I felt that the conceit was great. Where for Schlopian reasons, yeah, they turn human because, well, the dumb
Right at
excuse,
the
and they
end,
always
yeah,
come with
yeah.
these
That was the
stupid
final
excuses,
episode, right?
right? Yeah, they on Earth for too long, so they become more like the dominant species there, so they turn human. Like in the
Right.
fourth season, right? It's dumb, but they roll with it, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, what happens with Corvo in that had me in stitches. The
yeah. That was funny.
cameos in quotes had me in stitches,
Yeah,
and it's dog, is these Blade references that they do. I remember that from since like season 2 or 1, I think it was, where they will just play like some Blade like techno music and just throw. It's just an excuse to show blood, you know what I mean? That's what it is. But funny as hell though. There's a bit involving Jason Momoa. That's all I'll say. Don't spoil anything. Like I was running that back like 4 times, and that had me in stitches. But even the way how that end, no, I did like, you know, that could actually be the series finale right there, you know, like where it actually
Right.
stops off now, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Right.
I don't know. So in closing, I felt like, yeah, this is probably the best season I've seen in the show thus far
Yeah.
though. But it's so great that they could just kind of stop right there and say, yeah, I think we done, you know. But nah, man, this show already like it really like found its groove. That's all I say. Like season 3 was where it's like lead like one was like the introduction, two was it trying to figure out its own identity, so to speak. Three was when
Right.
it found it, and four is just them going all in, just going,
Right.
you know, just eat shit, right? Again, just going back to Rick and Morty, though, this show just pushes so much envelopes, boy, is amazing to me. Like this shit could not like it's amazing that this show even well, I mean, I don't even know much about Hulu content, right? But yeah, this show would not last in or I should say wouldn't even see the light of day on Adult Swim though. They would have to cut around that show so much though.
You
Like
know, that was about Adult Swim from this show by far, in my opinion.
okay,
But
okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
mean in
Mr.
terms of
Pickle.
what this
I
show
mean,
gets away with the
yeah.
crass, vulgar
Yeah.
humor, and I'll say if you don't like to hear a f bomb every minute, yeah, this show is not for you
Yeah.
at all, boy. But
No, but they make the episode work like they went back to the forest city thing.
oh
That whole
yes, that was
yeah, yeah.
funny. That was funny.
A bunch of really dumb, a bunch of dumb wood puns they keep making with the food
Plus,
and all kind of things.
Daft
Yeah.
Trunk, though. This shit is.
Daft Trunk,
When,
right,
when they
right.
say this shit is fire, this shit's on fire.
Yeah.
That had me going, though. There's a bit involving a Georgia peach. That's all I'll say
Right.
without spoiling anything that had me rolling too, right? But yeah, though, this season was entertaining as all hell. I love how just balls to the wall it was, how crazy it was. It just took all these crazy ideas and made it work. And yet it still found ways similar to Rick and Morty to poke fun at its own self, to poke fun at, you know, yeah, just sci-fi in general, you know what I mean? They even have a bit with McGill, Kaylee, Coco in it, dude. Like she make her appearances
Right.
for reasons, right? I don't
Right,
really know.
right. Where is she? What is a stunt double? Right.
Yeah, yeah, she's stunned up.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I like dog. I don't know how these people write these things though, but they do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't
This,
know. I
but
don't
this way,
know,
this,
boy.
this way, the shiner. This way, the stuff to shine in terms of that writers' room and that's coming up with dumb shit for people to laugh at. I don't mind that. Like you see, one thing that kind of undermine Rick and Morty a little bit, right? It is the whole continuity stuff, and people start to get invested in the sci-fi continuity stuff instead of like just the show being funny and weird. No. And I find trying to get into that sci-fi continuity stuff, yeah, it good on its own, and if you could get it right, you can do it right. Like again, the Silver Cup stuff like actually works for what you try to do it, but just make it funny. Just let's do a funny scenario,
Exactly.
funny bit, make it episodic and make it work. Because that's a big factor as to why season 6 for Rick and Morty work. Like it's just this is a really funny episode on its own that you don't have to try to super remember or in continuity nonsense. No, don't worry about that. Just do your own thing, make it work. And yeah,
Yeah,
they nail it.
exactly. The show itself will kind of come and tell you, hey, this is something you should remember. This is something that will come back
Right.
up later on. The show will do that for you. You don't have to do
Right,
the
exactly.
mental legwork. Like I got that
Right.
for the moment we got back into the war. Like, dog, I really don't even need to remember what happened in season 3, right? But you know
Right.
that's to show how yeah, just how forward thinking the show was, right? So yeah, I talked long enough about the season here. Absolutely enjoyed it. Rated wise, I'm gonna give this a strong 4 out of 5. Best season thus far. Had me in stitches. I could honestly see myself recapping this season though in preparation for season 5 though, whenever
Right.
that comes out. Um, apparently next year we're supposed to be getting a Valentine's Day special. I'm curious to
Okay.
see how that plays out because I think I only saw the Christmas special. You know, I never saw the Halloween special. I should actually like look back at that one. I never saw that one, but yeah, yeah, they figured out the formula. They went balls deep into it. They did not give a shit at all, though. Again, if you don't like crass vulgar humor, the show is not for you. But it is
Yeah.
still clever in its own like twisted and demented way. And I love it. I love the show fit, right? I'll close to this though. I do like the fact that even though Justin Roiland is not part of the show anymore, at least they put his name in a credit, so it's still
But, I
created
mean,
by him. But
yeah,
that's it.
exactly.
That's it. You know.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean,
everything else is just
I mean, they didn't
no
unperson
Justin at
him.
all. You know.
Yeah, they didn't unperson him, you know, and like it quite it's still I can imagine it's still possible for him to come back because from what I understand he got off or you know it is not not the situation just you know it's just a bad look and from what I understand but it's not criminal charges he get with you know so it's like it's possible I'm sure they open for him to coming back maybe I'm not sure we'll see
Okay, I
yeah
really should look up into what's going on with him right now, right? But
right
yeah, I agree with you. Best season thus far, man. So Ricardo,
yeah.
take it away. Thoughts on season 4 of Solar Opposites?
Yeah, I kind of say everything I need to say with it is that yeah, doing the episodic thing is actually really smart with this stuff. As you know, as a side, like one of the reasons why season 6 for Rick and Morty worked so well is because it was episodic. They didn't get into the continuity crap. They just touch up on it in the beginning, they touch up on it in the ending, and then they move on. And then everything else was you know, episodic content, episodic content, episodic content. They don't waste their time too much with it. As I said, like, well, that's on the side of Rick and Morty. In my humble opinion, season 7 should end it. It should end the show. In my humble opinion, you know, in terms of like that whole evil, Morty, super evil Rick, whatever it is they're doing there. Enough of this. The show should wrap up, in my humble opinion, given the nature of the show. And unfortunately, all the side stuff with Justin Roiland, if that will hang over their head for the most part. But yeah, this season was just like legit funny. There's so many good gags and bits, and it kept my attention. I was shocking because I was watching it. I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna be bored with this. And I wasn't. Like that's the thing. If we had the show on Sunday, I would have probably actually been able to review it because I binged it. That's how good this was. I didn't think I'd take a break or anything like that. It was just that funny and kept my attention the entire time. Rating, yeah, pretty high. I give it an 8 out of 10. I had a lot of fun with it. It was legit funny. Had me cracking up the entire time. I did a lot of side gags and visuals behind the scenes. I was like, all right, this Ja Rule, the guy from Star Trek, and it had little jokes in the background. I think like, okay, that's real funny, that's real hard. Yeah, it just felt like you know this is where the stride of shows like this should be. You know, I don't need to get into a large conversation about you know where adult animation content going in the future. You know, especially in this decade. But yeah, really funny, great stuff as it is.